What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a brand new video, and today I'll show you how to do a handstand with these 3 easy steps. So first, you want to make sure that you warm up before doing anything. You want to make sure that you warm up your wrists and your delts, your shoulders, because you're putting lots of pressure. You're putting almost all your weight in the handstand and in these steps that I'll be showing you in a bit. So you want to make sure that you warm up your wrist and your delts. And the first step is you want to make sure you're able to do anywhere from 10 to 20 push-ups. That way you know that you have the upper body to strengthen and hold that handstand. So step number 2 now is you want to make sure that you're able to place a handstand on the wall. So you're doing a handstand, but you want to make sure you don't hit your head behind the head on the wall. So you want to make sure that you're like at least like a foot to a foot and a half away from the wall. And that way, when you place your hands and your head, you want to make sure that you put your arms straight and you move your legs upwards until your heel hits, it makes contact with the wall, and then you want to hold it with your hands still straight and your legs together. If you saw, there's 2 things I wanna break down, which is one, you want to make sure that your legs are straight. If you saw the handstands I was trying to do, that's still something that I'm trying to develop. Is you saw my handstand, it looked a bit sloppy with my legs kind of sideways, crooked. They weren't together. I was trying to, and I was able to get it done at some points rather than others, but at the end of the day, that's something that I'm still struggling, and it's just a matter of time. So keep doing that, keep practicing with your legs straight, and only time will tell when you're able to master that handstand with your legs straight. Second of all, again, we're still in step number 2, is when you do a handstand, you want to do like a piano, somewhat like a piano. So what it is when I do a handstand, okay, if let's just say my hands are on the floor and my legs are in the air, if I'm moving forward like I'm gonna fall in my back, you want to use these 3 fingers to put some pressure. Okay, you're gonna put some pressure, and then your legs are gonna move kind of back this way in the opposite direction. Okay, let's just say I have my legs on the air and then I'm moving this way. I use my pinky and my thumb. What about the other direction? I use the opposite 2 fingers, my thumb and my pinky. If I'm going kind of downwards where I'm gonna land in my stomach, or trying to go down in that direction, I use my palms. Okay, so if I'm moving forward, left, right, down, kind of palm. Okay, something as I mentioned before, you're putting lots of pressure, so please be aware that that if you practice a handstand, I would prefer you practice on a strong and solid floor. You don't want to practice on grass, and as a matter of fact, you want to practice on like cement, something like that, because when you make a contact, your hands make contact on the floor on grass, you basically it's like it's not a solid, it's not all it's not equal. The floor isn't like a very straight surface. You could, when you put your hands on the floor on the grass isn't straight. It's not aligned. It has like some bumps here and there, and if you put it at the right or wrong place, you could actually mess up your wrist, because you might be putting too much pressure in one place rather than the other. So anyways, you want to make sure that you practice on pavement, something strong, on concrete. That's my suggestion. That's how I practice, and I was able to develop the a handstand. So now step number 3 is when you put your legs on the wall and you're able to hold it anywhere from like 20 seconds to a minute. Now you want to make sure that you kind of kick off your leg. So you have one leg in the air, and then the other leg you're starting to kick off the wall. So that way, that leg that's making contact with the wall, you want to kick it away and place it right next to the one that's in the air. Okay, this takes practice, because first you want to develop the strength, the core to place to make a handstand. The second is trying to find that balance. It doesn't make any sense that you're trying to find the balance in a handstand when you don't even have the upper body strength to hold it. So that's why you want to develop that strength to hold the handstand and then trying to find the balance. So remember, the wrist, or to say your hand position, is very important. You don't want to go just like that, like randomly. I mean, if you go to one way or another, you're just gonna have to move your arm until you get that right position. So there's a strategy, as I mentioned before, with the hand gestures, making contact on the floor. Make sure you practice on the concrete or something solid. If you want to practice on a mat, gymnastic mat or martial arts mat, that works out too. Just make sure that in case you sometimes feel like you're falling forward, you could just kind of tiger jump, where like you kind of curve your back so you don't slam and harm yourself. You kind of want to curve that back so that way you kind of go smoothly, like a curve. Okay, so I hope that all made sense to you. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.